Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next game in the Cincinnati Reds 1990 History Maker Baseball replay. We are at game number 6, and it's the final of a 3-game set in Fulton County Stadium against the Atlanta Braves. Cincinnati has taken the first 2 games of the series, so as we're going to get into our game day checks, they have a chance to roll on the complete harmonious side if they can roll a 1 or a 2. Get things lined up early on. Jack Armstrong, the starter for the Cincinnati Reds, against Pete Smith for the Atlanta Braves. Look at our score sheet before we start. Lineup for the Reds. Sabo is pretty much the same lineup they've had for until they get to the bottom of the order. Sabo at third, Hatcher in left, Larkin at short, Davidson center, O'Neill in right, Benzinger at first, Jeff Reed getting his first start as a catcher, Ron Oster at second, and Jack Armstrong is your pitcher. That is the, and I need to didn't put in his numbers there. All right, for Atlanta, they're going to have McDowell, Treadway, Lonnie Smith, Hisaski, Murphy, Witt, Presley, Blouser, and Pete Smith for the Atlanta Braves. Umpires, we rotate one notch around. Greg Bonin is now behind the plate. Terry Tate is at first, John McSherry is at second, and Joe West is at third. Right now, of course, Atlanta is neutral, as all opponents will be neutral. But now we have to figure out what Cincinnati is going to be. Like I said, they've won 2 in a row. They've won the first 2 games of the series. 1 or a 2, they are full harmonious, and they go on the sunny side. And they are. So they're fully harmonious in this game. Full harmony, so they will be on the sunny side of the chart. So we'll see what happens on the sunny side of the chart. We get a 5. That is local media. That's a 1. So minor perk with player. Which player? It is a starting infielder. Okay, which infielder? 5. That is the catcher. So Jeff Reed, the starting catcher, Jeff Reed gets a minor perk. Let's see what that minor perk is. We come down here, minor perk. Minor perk right here. Minor player perk right here. So we're going to roll on this and see what happens with Jeff Reed. 4. He is hot this game. So Jeff Reed is hot this game. So we always have the cold and hot players from the previous game, but in this game, Cincinnati will have 2 hot players as Jeff Reed, even though he hasn't started any of the games, he is the hot player. So maybe he had a hot time in batting practice. I'm not sure. But that's what they're going to have. Eric Davis is the hot player for the Reds based on the last game. Cold player is Benzinger. For Atlanta, their last game, Odeby McDowell had the home run, but Lonnie Smith had 3 hits. So Lonnie Smith is the hot player. Cold player is Nick Hisaski. So that's the hot and cold and the gist of what's going on in this ball game. Fully harmonious Cincinnati will be taking on the neutral Atlanta Braves. Final of a 3-game set. Next game will be the home opener for Cincinnati. As they finally come home to Riverfront Stadium, they'll be hosting the San Diego Padres. And that will be on Saturday. This coming Saturday, let's see, what day is today? The 16th. So I guess it would be the 18th of January, which would be, I guess, April 17th in 1990 style. All right, so we're going to lead things off with Chris Sabo. And one thing I always forget something, so let me get my one little marker. That's to designate the outs, so you can know how many outs there are in the game. Tabby was invited. She decided against it. So she'd rather be downstairs. So that's where she is hanging out. And it's just going to be me and anybody that's watching. All right, so Chris Sabo is up. He's hitting 360 on the season. In 25 at-bats, he's hitting 360. No homers and 5 runs driven in. and run away. Pete Smith, 1-2-4. Control pitcher, he's a semi-control pitcher, but the dot says no. Is the batter eager? No, he is not eager, so he will walk. Chris Sabo drawing a leadoff walk. It says active runner would steal. Well, we had to use this already for Pete Smith, so we'll re-roll the decider, see if he's active. He is not, so he will not steal. Sabo will walk, and he will stay at first base. So Chris Sabo at first. Nobody out, and that brings up Billy Hatcher, left fielder. And Hatcher on the replay is hitting .417, 1 homer and 2 driven in. 255. Is the pitcher a star? No, he's not a star. Is he a home run king? No, he's not a home run king. So he will fly to left, and that's one away as Hatcher is retired. That'll bring up Barry Larkin, shortstop. Larkin's hitting .318, no homers and 1 driven in. It's a 2-4-4. Is the pitcher an ace? No. Is the batter a champion? No. It's a ground out to short, so that's going to be a fielder's choice on a lead die of 2. And Sabo is out at second base, and Barry Larkin is your new runner at first base. Out goes 6-4. So now Larkin is at first base with 2 down for Eric Davis. Davis is hitting .417, 2 homers and 7 driven in. 3-5-6 is a left-right split check. That is a Circle K strikeout on a righty versus a righty. And Pete Smith gets out of the inning without any damage done. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first. It is Cincinnati nothing, and the Atlanta Braves coming to bat. And on the mound for the Cincinnati Reds will be Jack Armstrong. He is 0-1, but his ERA is only 1.69. He's had the 1 start, went 5 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 walks and 4 strikeouts, but did take the loss as the Reds not scoring runs for him. All right, here's Oddibe McDowell. He is your leadoff hitter and center fielder. 4-5-5. Does the pitcher have flash? He's got semi-flash. Dot says he does. It's a strikeout. So McDowell will whiff, and there's 1 away. And that will send up Jeff Treadway, second baseman. 1-3-4 is the goal catcher. No. Is a champion batter? No, he's not. We have outfield drama. All outfielders for the Reds. All 3 are neutral. 4-6 for outfield drama. Left fielder iron. No, he's not iron, so it's a line out. Snagged by the left fielder Hatcher for out number 2. And that is in purple. So we're going to the chemistry chart, which Cincinnati is fully harmonious, and the Braves are neutral. So full harmony for the Reds. 2-2. Batting team distance. No, they're not distant. They are neutral. So instead of reaching for an outside pitch and grounding out, the batter's going to double. So Lonnie Smith cracks a double. Because they were not dissonant, Lonnie Smith is able to crack a double, 2-out double. And that puts a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Nick Asaski. And Asaski has been having his issues in this series, that's for sure. 5-5-6. 5-5-6. Is the pitcher an ace? No. Is the batter a sad sack? He's a semi-sad sack. The dot says he is. So he will line to first base, and that's going to end the inning. Had he not been a sad sack, that would have been a double, an RBI double. But since he was a semi-sad sack and the dot came up, he is a sad sack in this particular at-bat. And that will take care of the Atlanta Braves here in the bottom of the first. So nothing doing. We go to the second, no score from Fulton County. And due up for the Cincinnati Reds will be Paul O'Neill, right fielder. And O'Neill on the replay is hitting 294, no homers, 2 driven in. 136, is the pitcher an ace? No. Is the batter a whiffer or cold? He's semi-whiffer. Dot says he is. So O'Neill will whiff. 1 away, and that's going to bring up Todd Benzinger. He's been the epitome of a cold hitter. He's hit Benzinger. Actually, he's hitting 304, but he's been cold lately. He got off to a really good start, but he's been kind of cold lately. 1-3-4, goal catcher, no. Champion, no. Outfield drama for Atlanta. And in their outfield, Atlanta, Lonnie Smith is semi-gold. The other outfielders are neutral. Now everybody's neutral. 3-5. Left fielder gold, no. He's not gold this at-bat. So it will not be a flyout. It'll be a double by Benzinger. So Benzinger takes advantage of Lonnie Smith not being gold for this particular play. And Benzinger, despite being the cold batter in this game, hits a 1-out double. And it's in purple, so we're going right back to the chemistry chart where the Reds have an advantage. So the double by Benzinger. And here's Jeff Reed. He is the designated, well, for the game day check, he is hot for this game only. Hot for this game only. But we're going to the chemistry chart for this at bat. 3-6, batting team harmony. Yes, enthused batter knocks deep drive off the wall for a double. So it's back-to-back doubles. And Jeff Reed knocks in Todd Benzinger and puts the Reds ahead 1-0. So Reed, this is his first at bat of the season, and he doubles. So how's that for getting your first at bat? He gets an RBI double because the team had good chemistry. They were harmonious. And that'll bring up Ron Oster, second baseman. Oster is hitting .333. He's 1 for 3 on the season. So limited playing time, as Duncan has played most of the games at second. We get a 4.55. Does the pitcher have flash? No, he does not. The side or die does not give it to him. Is he a home run king? No, he's not. He's going to ground it out to first for out number 2, but Reed will take third on the ground out. So 2 down. And it'll bring up the pitcher, Jack Armstrong. He's got your typical pitcher hitting qualities with 2 outs. 4-5-6. Pitcher's blank. Is the batter patient? No, he's eager. So he will fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. Nothing doing there, but the Reds do get a run on back-to-back doubles. And at the end of 1.5, it is Cincinnati 1 and the Atlanta Braves nothing. That result was in purple, so we're going to start the bottom of the second with a chemistry check for Dale Murphy. The Murph chemistry check. Again, harmonious Reds against neutral Braves. 3-5. Pitching team dissonance. No, they're harmonious, so it's a ground ball to short. It would have been a single if they were dissonant, but since they're harmonious, it's a ground ball to short. Murphy is retired. Here's Ernie Witt, catcher. 2-3-3. Ace or star pitcher. He's a semi-star, but the dot doesn't give it to him. Slugger. Is the batter a slugger? No, he's not. So he will fly to center. That is out number 2. If it was a slugger, it would have been a home run, but it was not. So now here is Jim the Hound Dog Presley. 1-4-6. Does pitcher have flash? This time he does. The dot is there. It is a strikeout of Presley. And Presley has left the building. He's out of there. 3 up, 3 down go the Braves. At the end of 2, it is Cincinnati 1 and Atlanta nothing. And we will start the top of the third with Chris Sabo. Sabo was erased on a fielder's choice. 1-6-6. Is the pitcher a workman? Yes, he is. It's going to be a single to left field. So Chris Sabo will single. That result was in red. So we are going to the experience chart for this at bat of Billy Hatcher. Hatcher is a semi-icon. Pete Smith is neutral. So they're both neutral. 3-6 on the experience. Prospect pitcher, no. If he was a prospect pitcher, he's missed the outside corner and the batter would rip a deep drive for a double. Otherwise, it's just a fly out to left field. And that's one away. So Hatcher is retired on the fly to left, and that brings up Barry Larkin. Larkin hit into a fielder's choice in his first at bat. 2, 3, 4, runners on base. Yes, there are. We have plate drama. And the catcher, Ernie Witt, is neutral. Pitcher, Pete Smith, has semi-control. And now he does not have control. 2-5. Catcher Gold. No, he's not Gold, so he would not dig the ball out of the dirt for a ball. It's going to be a pass ball. And I didn't have a run on first base. I forgot to put Sabo out there. My bad. So the pass ball puts Sabo at second base because he wasn't a Gold catcher. And as a result of that play, well, actually, we're not going to the umpire chart, but it's going to go to the regular chart. So we're going to the regular chart for Larkin to bat again. With Sabo at second and one away. 1-3-5, that's the unusual play chart, and a black 1 means we're going to the ballpark. And County Stadium plays semi-small for the right-handed hitting Larkin. And now it's neutral. 4-5. Small ballpark, slugger or home run king blast home run. Others fly out. Otherwise, anyone flies out to the warning track. So that's going to be out number 2. And I believe was that to left field. Doesn't say which outfield it is. Well, we'll do it this way. 1-2 is left field, 3-4 center, 5-6 is right. So he's going to fly to left. For out number 2. All right, Larkin is retired. 2 down. Sabo still at second base. Back to the normal chart for Eric Davis, who struck out his first time up on the left-right split. 2-3-6 is double control. He does not have it. He's not eager, so the walk will stand. Eric Davis walks to put runners at first and second. And that flips it over to Paul O'Neill. O'Neill struck out his first time as well. 2-2-6. There's no dot, so he's not hit by the pitch. Is he the cleanup batter? O'Neill is number 5, not number 4. So he will fly out to the left unless he's a whiffer. We have to see if he's a whiffer. He is, so he will strike out. O'Neill down on strikes to end the inning. So they leave Sabo at second base. And that'll do it for the Reds here in the top of the third. Still 1-0. Cincinnati clinging to that 1-0 lead. The first 2 games, they piled on the runs against the Braves, but Pete Smith is keeping them in check so far. Here's Jeff Blauser. Leads off the bottom of the third. 1-3-3 is blank for the pitcher. Is he a slugger? No, he's not a slugger, so he will fly to left field. Slugger, he would have hit a home run as a slugger, but he is not a scrapper, but he's neutral, so he gets nothing out of it. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Pete Smith. Actually kind of weird that the pitcher would have a good eye, but he does. 4-4-6. Is the pitcher a star? He's a semi-star. Dot gives it to him, so it's a ground out to second base. And that is out number 2. So Oster retires Smith. 2 down, top of the order. Odubie and McDowell will step in. That's a 2-2-6, and the dot's there this time, so he is plunked. He's not Eric plunked, but he's plunked. Odubie McDowell will grab first base after being hit by the pitch. 2 outs and a runner at first in McDowell. And that'll send up Treadway. 2-2-4, pitching at home. No, he's on the road, obviously. Is the batter a slugger? No, he's not. It's going to be a single to right field. Active would steal, but A, there's a runner in front of him, and B, he's semi-stoic, so there's none of that. It's going to be a single. Puts runners at first and second now. So all this with 2 outs and the base is empty. We have a hit by pitch, and we have a single. And that's going to flip it over to Lonnie Smith, the hot batter. He doubled his first time up, so Armstrong has to be careful. "156, is he a whiffer? No, he's not. It's outfield drama. And again, Cincinnati outfielders are all neutral. 1-4. Right fielder gold. No, he's not. It's going to be a single. And with the lead die of 1 and 2 outs, that means the runner at second's going to score. McDowell, he will score. Treadway will stop at second base, but it's an RBI single for Lonnie Smith. He's 2 for 2. And that result was also in red. So we're going to the experience chart for the next at bat, and that is Saski. And Saski is rated as an icon, whereas Armstrong is a semi-prospect. 1-4. Prospect batter. No, he's not a prospect batter. He hits a bloop single. And again, lead die of 1. That's going to score the runner from second. Braves lead at 2-1. Smith will stop at... Well, let's see if he gets to third. I don't know if he gets to third. No, it just says score from second. Doesn't give any provision for anything else. But Saski gets a single. And that's going to drive in Treadway. Braves lead at 2-1. So Armstrong had the first 2 outs and figured it was a cakewalk, and then all of a sudden he's running into trouble. A hit batter and 3 singles. Now he is a full struggler. Armstrong is a full struggler, 4 consecutive base runners. He is now considered a full struggler. Whoops. Oh, that one just flew out of there, so we got to redo that one. That one came flying out. So let's redo that. Again, he's a full struggler facing Dale Murphy. 3-4-5. Iron catcher Jeff Reed is semi-iron. Dot says he is. So it's going to be a walk. It's going to load the bases. It's one of the few times that we've hit the iron catcher play where the catcher was actually iron. But Jeff Reed is semi-iron. The dot says he is. So Murphy will draw the walk. It's going to load the bases. Still 2 outs. And it's going to be Ernie Witt. And again, Armstrong is a full struggler. 1-2-3, flash and fresh. He's not flash. He is fresh, but he doesn't have flash. So it's a ground out to short. And that's going to end the inning. But the Braves put up 2 runs in the bottom of the third, take a 2-1 lead. I think it might be one of the first leads the Braves have had in this series, because the Reds have pretty much dominated up to this point. But right now they trail the Braves 2-1 after 3 complete. And now both pitchers move to semi-freshness as we're in the 4th inning. Semi-freshness is with us. Fix the focus here. Get that straight. Sorry about that if that was out of focus. But this is one of those games. It's not like Strat or somebody else where you got to really lean into the cards. You can pretty much tell what the cards say any way you go. All right, so here is Todd Benzinger. Benzinger doubled and scored his first time up. 2-3-6, double control. He's got control, but Benzinger is eager, so it's going to be a 2-ball count. Will not be the walk. And again, that's my house rule. It's not the official rule. That's my house rule. If the batter's eager, he doesn't walk. 1-4-6, flash. He does not have that. Is the batter a champion? No. Grounds out to second. So Benziger grounds out to Treadway, one away. And that flips it over to Jeff Reed. Reed doubled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. He's batting 1,000. And that's a 1-4-5. Is the pitcher a struggler? No. So he's going to ground it to first. Quickly 2 away. And we're down to Ron Oster. Oster's 0 for 1. 1-3-5. That's again the unusual results. This time with a black 3 and a red 1. We have memorable plays in the field. So we'll roll and see what happens with that. 55. Doubles mean we go to a highlight reel. So this is highlight reel A. We're going to highlight reel A. So I will go ahead and show highlight reel A because that's where we are now that we've got doubles. We're into highlight reel A, rare events. 1-6, batter thrown out trying to stretch a single into a double. How about that? So Ron Oster singles, but then is thrown out trying to stretch it to a double. Now again, the book doesn't say, who threw him out, where the ball was hit or who threw him out, but I'm going to guess Oster I'm going to say grounded or single to right. So I'm going to call it a 9-6 to put him out. Doesn't matter. I'm not keeping defensive stats for Atlanta, so it really doesn't matter. So we're gonna call it a single, but then Oster is out. 9 Dolly Parton style, not quite Dolly Parton style. 9-6. And that will end the inning. So Oster trying to stretch it, and he is thrown out at second base. We now go to the top or bottom of the fourth and back to the normal chart for Presley. 1-6-6. Is the pitcher a workman? No, he's not. Is the batter a whiffer? He certainly is. He will strike out. And that's 0 for 2 for Presley with 2 strikeouts. Brings up Jeff Blauser, shortstop. 3-3-4. Is the pitcher an ace or a star? He is a semi-star, but the dot won't give it to him. Is he a sad sack? No. It's a single to left, unless he's eager. He's not eager. So Blauser will hit a 1-out single. And he's aboard for Pete Smith. And with 1 out already, they're not going to bunt. They're going to have Pete Smith. Well, you know what? They're going to go ahead and bunt with Pete Smith. Why not? He's a pitcher. I'm pretty much sure you got to bunt with him. So we're going to have a bunt. And on the bunt chart, it's on this little thing here. Basically, as long as you don't roll if you roll a 1 through 4, you're fine. That's a 4, so that's fine. I think. Let me see here. Yeah. Out at first, runners advance. 6, you have to go to this bottom part down here. But 3, 4, 5, out, runners at first. A runner advances, I should say. And the bunt's going to go to the in front of the plate to the catcher. So Reed will come out and field it. Throw to Oster covering first base. Blauser will take second on the sacrifice bunt by Pete Smith. Now with 2 away, it's going to be up to Odubin McDowell. He is struck out and been hit by a pitch. 4-6-6 control pitcher. He does not have the control. It's a good thing because he would have given up a single if he did. Is batter a home run king or a slugger? Neither one. So he hits a difficult grounder to the infielder of our choice for an out. And we're not going to have the catcher. Let's go to somebody else. Come on, give me another one besides the catcher. There we go, shortstop. So it's going to be a ground out to Larkin at short to end the inning. Nothing doing for the Braves there. 4 complete, and it's still 2-1 in favor of Atlanta. Cincinnati may be looking ahead to their home opener and the festivities there, but they've got business to take care of here in hot Atlanta. as they trail 2-1 going to the 5th. And the pitcher spot, Armstrong is up. He will swing away. 1-4-4 flash. Yes, he's got it. It is a strikeout. However, there are goggles there, so we checked the home plate umpire. And the home plate umpire says questionable or lenient umpire calls ball 4. Questionable or lenient umpire calls ball 4. Well, Greg Bonin is semi-questionable. We've already used the dot to say that Smith had the flash, so we got to re-roll this to see if he's questionable. He is not, so it will not be ball 4. The strikeout will stand. Bonin was not questionable on that particular bat, so the strikeout is good. 1 away, and that's going to send us to Chris Sabo. Sabo walked and singled. 1-2-3, flash and fresh. With the dot, he is fresh, and the dot also gives him flash, so that's going to be a strikeout. 2 down, and that's going to send us to Billy Hatcher. 1-2-6. He is not fresh this time. The dot let him down. Is the batter a sad sack? No, it's going to be a single past second base for Hatcher. And that's in blue, so we're going to the right now chart for Barry Larkin, who is neutral. And Pete Smith is semi-cold because of giving up that single. So semi-cold pitcher against a neutral batter. And it is a cold pitcher. 2-2. Cold pitcher, yes. Shaky pitch knocked deep toward left field fence. So we got a fence check, although Hatcher is a semi-scrapper. And now he is a scrapper. So as a scrapper, he cannot hit a home run, but he can certainly hit a double or a triple if he gets a 5 or a 6. Gets a 2. That's just going to be a single. So a single is going to put runners at first and second with 2 outs. First and second with 2 outs. As Larkin gets that single off the right now chart. And it's going to bring up Eric Davis with 2 outs and 2 on. Chance for Davis to tie this game or put the Reds in the lead. 5-5-6 is the pitcher an ace? No. Batter a sad sack? No. It's going to be a double to right field, and that's going to clear the bases. A 2-run double for Eric Davis, and boy, he just continues his hot ways. And all this with 2 outs and nobody on. Very similar to the 4th inning the Braves had. And Eric Davis just clubs a double. 2-run double puts the Reds ahead 3-2. And Eric Davis continues to impress. That is 9 RBIs now for him in 6 games, and he's hitting over 400. 3-2, favor of Cincinnati. Now, Smith is a semi-struggler with 3 consecutive hits allowed. Here's Paul O'Neill. 3-4-6. Pitcher is blank. Is the batter eager? No, he's not. It's going to be a walk. So O'Neill will walk, and now he's a full struggler, is Pete Smith. That result was in purple, so we're going to go to the chemistry chart for the at-bat of Todd Benzinger. 2-5. Pitching team dissonance. No, they're neutral, so it will be a fly to right, and that will end the inning. But the Reds put up 2 in the 5th inning, take a 3-2 lead on Atlanta on getaway day. Thanks to Eric Davis. And now we go to the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Treadway, Lonnie Smith, and Esaski due up for the Braves as they trail it 3-2 now, going to the bottom of the 5th. 2-2-3. Pitcher's not wild, slugger, or utility, no. Single to left field. So Treadway is 2 for 3. Active runner would steal, but Treadway is semi-stoic, so he will hold. And that will send up Lonnie Smith. He's been their version of Eric Davis. So that result was in It was not in blue. It was in neutral. So we're going to stay on the regular chart. Smith, 1-2-5. Pitcher is not a struggler. Is he patient? No, he's not patient. He will ground to third unless it's a whiffer. He's not a whiffer. So the ground ball to third with the lead die of 1 is a double play. 5-4-3 around the horn. 5-4-3 around the horn takes care of business. 2 quick outs. Armstrong got the ground ball he needed. And 2 quick outs to clear the bases. And that'll be Nick Asaski's at bat. 3-3-6. Is he ace or dynamic? No, he's not. Sad sack, utility, or patient. He is patient. He's semi everything else, but the dot's not there. But he is patient. So he's going to be called strike 3. He was too patient. He sat there and watched a good pitch. And that's going to end the inning. So we go to the top of the 6th. It's 3-2 ball game. And now with the Reds bullpen the way it is, they're pretty rested. And they've got a great bullpen. So I'm thinking Armstrong's going to bat third this inning. I think it's good to go and cap him there with the 5 innings. He leads with a chance to get the win. So we'll go to the box score on the computer and get his final numbers. And he goes 5 innings, gives up 6 hits, 2 runs, which were earned, 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. And he could qualify for the win as long as Cincinnati maintains the lead throughout. So we'll figure out who the pinch hitter is going to be. But right now it is Jeff Reed, the catcher, who will lead off against Pete Smith. 2-4-6. Control pitcher, no. Eager or sad sack. He is neither one, so he will walk. Jeff Reed draws the free pass. And now the Atlanta bullpen is starting to stir around there. Marty Clary is loosening in the Braves bullpen. Here's Oster. 1-1-5. Is he fresh? Yes, he is. The dot gives it to him. So it's a pop out to the infielder of the choice. And it's going to be, we're not going to pop out to the pitcher. We'll pop out to first. How about that? So Oster pops out to Asaski for 1 away. And now we need a pinch hitter for the pitcher, Armstrong. So his day is done. And we will get a pinch hitter for the Reds. And that pinch hitter will be Herm Winningham. So Winningham will pick up a bat and hit. And then we'll figure out who the new pitcher is going to be in the bottom of the 6th. So Winningham out on the on-deck circle, taking some practice swings. On the season, Winningham is 0 for 2. He's had 2 at-bats. So he needs to get some at-bats. So 1 out. Reed at first. Winningham pinch hitting for the pitcher Armstrong. It is 1-4-6. Does the pitcher have flash? No, he does not. Champion? No. It's a ground out to second. And that's going to be a double play. 4-6-3 double play. And Winningham did not help his cause for more playing time, that's for sure. Reds are retired here in the 6th on the 4-6-3 double play. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. And the Reds will turn it over to their bullpen. And we will see one of the nasty boys, Norm Charlton. Charlton is in the game. He's only pitched 2 innings in the first 5 games of the season, so he's pretty fresh. He's 0-0 with an ERA of 0. 2 innings pitched, no hits, a walk and 3 strikeouts. So Charlton is a semi-ace with flash. He does not get the boost for coming in because he's coming in to start an inning versus the middle of an inning. So he doesn't get that boost, but he will be a semi-ace the whole way. And he'll be facing Murphy, Witt, and Presley. Bottom of the 6th. Reds lead at 3-2. Trying to sweep the series and then head home to face the Padres for the home opener. Here's Murphy, 2.55. Is the pitcher a star? No, he's semi-ace, not a star. Is he a home run king? He's a semi-home run king, but the decider die says no this time. So it's just going to be a deep fly to left field. So Charlton got away with one there. Had Murphy been a home run king, that would have been gone, but the dot said no. So no home run king. And that's one away. Sometimes you got to catch a break. Here's Ernie Witt. 1-3-6. Is he an ace? No, he's not an ace this at bat. Whiffer or cold? He is neither one. So we got infield drama for the Reds. And in the infield for the Reds, Oster is semi-iron. Everybody else is neutral. Oster is iron. 1-2. Shortstop iron. No, Barry Larkin's not iron. So it will not be a 2-base error. It'll just be a 1-base error. So by not being iron, he limits it to a 1-base error. If he was gold, it wouldn't be an error at all. But since he's neutral, he limits it to a 1-base error. So E6 on Larkin. And that'll put Witt at first base with 1 away. For the Hound Dog, Jim Presley, who was struck out twice. But that was against Armstrong, a righty. So now we'll see what happens here against the lefty Charlton. 3-3-6. Ace or dynamic. He is an ace this time. The doc gives it to him. So it's a fly out to center field for out number 2. And that results in red. So we're going to the experience chart for the at-bat of Jeff Blauser, who is neutral. Charlton's a semi-prospect, so that gives Atlanta an advantage. A semi-prospect pitcher against a neutral batter. Now they're both neutral. 3-3. Prospect batter. No, he's not a prospect batter. If he was, he'd ground out. Otherwise, we got a fence check for Blauser. He is neutral, but he can still get a home run if he rolls a 6. 1, 2, or 3 is a double. 4 or 5 is a triple. 6 is a home run. That's a 4. It'll be a triple for Jeff Blauser, and that'll tie the game. So Armstrong cannot get the win. That's a blown save for Charlton, as Blauser just crushes a triple. It's an unearned run because of the error on Larkin. And now with the pitcher spot coming up, Pete Smith will be relieved of his duties, and the Atlanta Braves will go to a pinch hitter. It'll be Ron Gant. They're going to go to Gant to try to give themselves the lead. Ron Gant. All this with 2 outs. So Ron Gant is your batter. So Blauser gets the triple to tie the score. Now we'll bring Gant into the ball game to hit for Pete Smith. And then figure out who Atlanta's going to use in the top of the 7th. Not sure yet. Could be Clary, could be Dwayne Henry, could be somebody else. We'll see. Right now, Charlton to Gant. 1-3-5, that's a blue 1. We're going to the umpire chart with a runner at third base. Umpire is going to be called into play. Cowboy Joe West is the umpire at third, but it doesn't necessarily mean he's the one that gets called on. We shall see. Runner at third right here. Top of the page. 5-6. Strict umpire at home. Bonin is not strict. He is semi-strict, but the dot does not give it to him, so he will not be strict in this particular at bat. So no, the umpire is not strict. If he was strict, fielder's choice, runner out at home on close play. Otherwise, runner scores on failed fielder's choice. So how about that? It was a ground ball that apparently was in the infield to the pitcher, and he was going away from first base and going towards third, so the only play he had was at home, which would have been a fielder's choice, but Bonin, since he was not strict, says he scores. Says that Blauser got in under the tag, so Gant gets himself a pinch hit single. That's what he's credited with. And the Reds are now behind. Braves have come back to score two of their own here in the sixth to reclaim the lead, 3-2. So strange occurrences here. Braves lead it, 4-3, not 3-2. They lead it 4-3. And we go back to the regular chart for McDowell. 3-5-6, a left-right split chance and a lefty-righty chance, and we got lefty versus lefty, so that's a Circle K strikeout to end the inning. But 2 runs come in, none of them are earned because of that error on Larkin. It opened the door for those 2 runs, and the Braves now lead it 4-3 as we go to the top of the 7th. And the Braves will need a new pitcher as well. New pitcher will be coming on. For Atlanta. Start at the top of the 7th, and we'll figure out who that's going to be. Like I said, none of them are very good. They're going to go with Dwayne Henry. He's going to come in. That might be all for Charlton. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But Dwayne Henry will be coming on for the Braves. So let's get Henry in there. As we start at the top of the 7th, it'll be the top of the order for the Reds. Chris Sabo. Chris Sabo will lead it off against Henry. Sabo has walked, singled, and struck out. "156, is he a whiffer?" No, he's not. It's outfield drama for Atlanta. And in the Atlanta outfield, Lonnie Smith semi-gold, everybody else neutral. 1-6. Right fielder Stoic. Right fielder is Murphy. He is neutral, not Stoic, so it won't be a double. He will actually get to that. So that's the case where the outfield drama didn't check the error rate. They checked the speed of the outfielder, make sure Murphy wasn't real slow. If he was, that would have dropped for a double. But since he at least had some modicum of speed, he was able to get to that. And that'll bring up Billy Hatcher. 1-1-4, is he fresh? Yes, it's a ground ball to short. Blauser handles it, 2 down. And that'll bring up Barry Larkin. 5-5-6, is he an ace? No. It's a batter of sad sack. No, it's a double for Barry Larkin. 2-out double for Larkin. That brings up the hottest hitter they have, Eric Davis. Although first base is open, so Atlanta says we're not going to deal with him. He's getting the 4 fingers to get the walk. Actually, back in 87 or back in 90, you had to throw the 4 pitches. So Dwayne Henry proceeding now to toss 4 wide ones. And they will take their chances with Paul O'Neill, even though it's lefty versus righty. They know what Eric Davis can do, so they're not going to fool around. First and second, 2 outs for O'Neill. 2-4-5. Blank for the pitcher. Is he a hero? He is not a hero, so he will pop to second. And that's going to end the inning. So the Reds come away empty-handed. They get the double, but couldn't make anything happen. And they weren't going to let Eric Davis do it to them, so Davis was given a free pass. That's going to be all for Charlton. He struggled that inning. They're going to bring in somebody else. They will bring on, to pitch the seventh, they will bring on, let's see, it's Treadway, Smith, and Saski. So they got some righties coming up. So they're going to bring on Tim Leana, or Leana, how you pronounce it. He will come on and pitch. In place of Charlton. Leana. There will not be a double switch. He's just going to come in, and if he goes one inning, he goes one inning. So Leana is in. And before we get going any further, I go to the box score and get some of these pitching updates. Pete Smith's totals and Norm Charlton's totals. Charlton went one inning, gave up 2 hits and 2 runs, none of which were earned. No walks and a strikeout. Pete Smith went 6 innings, gave up 7 hits, 3 runs, which were earned, 4 walks and 5 strikeouts. So bottom of the seventh inning stretch time. And Pete Smith actually can qualify for the win. Charlton will be on the hook for the loss if the score stays what it is right now. So Tim Leana is your new pitcher, but it is a 7th inning stretch. So I'm going to take a quick stretch break. It is Atlanta 4 and Cincinnati 3 on getaway day. And for anybody that was curious, this is what the score sheet looks like up to date with all the particulars. Bottom of the 7th we go. Tim Leana. And Leana is 1-1 with an ERA of 18. He's gone 2 innings, given up 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. So he can definitely use a good outing to lower that ERA. 5.66. Is the pitcher wild? No. Good eye? No. Struck him out. That certainly helps. That's a good start for Leana to get the strikeout. That results in blues, so we're going to the right now chart. Leana is hot with that strikeout, and Lonnie Smith is neutral from hitting into a double play. So we got a hot pitcher against a neutral batter. 5.6, hot pitcher, yes, shows best stuff for tire side, alternating ground out and fly outs. All right, so the ground out is going to go to short, and the fly out is going to go to left. So it's a ground out to short and a fly out to left by Saski, and that's going to end the inning. So that'll certainly help Leana's cause. Nothing doing for the Braves. We go to the 8th. Still 4-3. And Benzinger will lead it off. Henry is now semi-fresh. And he'll be facing Benzinger, Reed, and Oster, although they might go to a lefty. Well, let's going to start with Benzinger because he's a switch hitter. They'll keep Henry in there. 2.25. Is the pitcher a star? No, he's not. Slugger or sad sack? Neither one. It's a single to center field for Benzinger. Leadoff single. If he was active, he would steal, but he's stoic, or at least semi-stoic. So Benzinger will get the leadoff single. And now with these lefties coming up, we may have a call to the bullpen for Atlanta. They're going to bring in Tony Castillo, the left-hander. And he will gain the ace quality because he's coming in to start an inning, or in the middle of an inning. So he's going to have ace, flash, and control for this first at bat. Tony Castillo, the lefty, will be on to face Jeff Reed, but we might get a pinch hitter for Jeff Reed, although he is a designated hot batter, one of them. But I think in normal circumstances you would pinch hit in this circumstance in real world. So Castillo will come on and pitch, and for the Reds they will make a move for a pinch hitter, and the pinch hitter is going to be Mariano Duncan. Duncan will be the pinch hitter, and then Joe Oliver would take over as the catcher. So Duncan will be the pinch hitter, and Joe Oliver will stay in the game to catch. So the wheels turning in both dugouts, as Duncan will be the pinch hitter, and Oliver will stay in the game to catch. So Benziger at first, nobody out, and Duncan is your batter. 2-3-5. Pitcher wild, no. Is the batter eager? He is semi-eager. The side drive says he's eager, so he's going to hit a single because he's eager. He jumped on a good pitch, didn't wait around, and he gets a base hit. Benziger will stop at second base. Lead die of 2. He does have to stop at second base. So Mariano Duncan comes through with a base hit, and that'll bring up Oster. Now the question is, do they stick with Oster? They may pinch hit for Oster. Oster is 1 for 3. It's a switch hitter. But they may want some more offense. So I think they might be going to the bench again. And it will be... Boy, who do they want to use here? Actually, you know what? They're going to stick with Oster. He's a semi-hero. He's a pretty good hitter. So we're going to stick with Oster. How about that? They're not going to pinch it. They're going to stick with Oster. 2-3-3. Ace or star? No. Slugger. He's a scrapper. So he's going to fly out to center field, 1 away. Slugger would have hit a home run. If I could have hit a pinch hitter that was a slugger, that would have been a 3-run homer, but I was going for the better average. So he's going to end up flying out to center field, 1 away, and now the pitcher spot is due up, and we'll get a pinch hitter for Leanna, as he's done. And the Reds will call on someone to pinch hit, and it will be the last right-hander on the bench, and that is Orlando Rooms, playing the percentages. Orlando Rooms will be on to pinch hit for Leanna here in the 8th inning. 2 down. Runners at first and second. Actually, just 1 away. Right? I'm sorry, 1 away, not 2 down. One away. My bad. Only 1 out. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Castillo to Rooms. 2-2-4. Pitching at home. Yep. Just pops it up to short. Boy, what a time for that roll to come up. Rooms had no chance because it was a home field advantage. Home cooking on that one. 2 down. And now it's up to Sabo. Last chance for the Reds. It belongs to Sabo. See what he can do. 2 on. 2 out. Castillo, 1-2-3, flash and fresh. Yes, he has. It is a strikeout. So he strikes out Sabo to end the inning. And now they're going to turn it over to their closer, Joe Baver, for the 9th. Will Atlanta. And the Reds trying to scratch through a run if they can find something. They will need a new pitcher to try to keep the score where it is, though. And they will go to their pen. And it will be right-hander Rob Double Dibble. Oops, wrong side. Rob Double Dibble will come in and pitch the bottom of the 8th. And we'll get the numbers on Leanna and Castillo and Henry from the box score. To get everything in place, we know that Duncan is the new second baseman for Cincinnati. And we know that coming into pitch is Dibble. And let's see here. I'm sorry, Duncan is not going to play second base. It's going to be Joe Oliver catching in his spot because Duncan hit for the catcher, Reed. So Oster will stay in the game to play second base. He's not going anywhere. All right, now we go to the box score to get the information we need on the pitching results. So Leanna went 1 inning, gave up nothing, and got a strikeout. So he did his job. Dwayne Henry, 1 inning pitched, 2 hits, a walk and nothing else. And Castillo, 1 inning pitched, a hit and a strikeout. Nothing else. And Joe Baver, their closer, will come in the 9th for Atlanta. Bottom of the 8th we go. Dibble will be facing Murphy, Witt, and Presley. And if you're looking ahead to the Reds' 9th, it's Hatcher, Larkin, and Davis, heart of the order against Joe Baver, their closer. Joe Baver has not pitched yet in the 3-game series, so this is his chance because they've been behind. Haven't had a chance to use him because they've been behind, but Joe Baver is listed as their closer, so that's what they're going to go with. All right, here's Murphy, Dibble to Murphy. 2-3-6 double control. He does not have it. That will be a walk. So he's going to walk Murphy. And Dibble comes into the game 0-0 with an ERA of 0. 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts, make it now 2 walks as he issues the free pass to Murphy to start the inning. Here's Ernie Witt. 3-4-5. Iron catcher, no, not this time. Good eye, no. It's a strikeout for Dibble for out number 1. In fact, Oliver is the catcher now, not Reed, so Oliver's neutral catcher. He cannot be iron. So that's 1 away for the Hound Dog, Jim Presley. And we're going to the right now chart, as a matter of fact. Dibble is hot. Presley is not. Presley is neutral. Hot pitcher against neutral batter. 46. Hot pitcher baffles batter with call, 3rd strike. So strikes out Presley. He's got the hat trick. He has struck out 3 times. That'll send us to Jeff Blauser. He had that big triple, big RBI triple in the 6th inning. 2-4-5. Asking is he a hero? He is a semi-hero, but Dot says no, so he's going to pop to second, and that's going to end the inning. Nothing doing for the Braves in the 8th. That's in red. We would normally go to the experience chart, but with the pitching change, it's going to override that. So we will go to the pen. And it will be Joe Baver getting the call. Dibble's going to go 1 inning, a walk and 2 strikeouts, nothing else for Rob Dibble. And do it for the Reds, top of the 9th, is going to be Hatcher, Larkin, and Davis against Joe Baver. So to bring Baver into the game. Do they do a double switch? They may double switch here. No, they're not going to double switch. They're just going to keep it the way it is. All right, so no double switch. Favors a closer. If he blows the save, he's not going to go more than one inning anyway. So, all right, here's Billy Hatcher, top of the ninth. Against Baber, 166. Is he a workman? No. Dot says no. Is Hatcher a whiffer? No, he's not. He's going to ground to third. That's out number one, and it's in red, so we're going to the experience chart. Experience chart for Larkin, who is neutral. Baver is a semi-icon on the experience chart. Now they're both neutral, 3-5. Icon batter, no, he's neutral batter. He would have hit a single, otherwise we got outfield drama. So you might still get on with outfield drama. Lonnie Smith, semi-gold, everybody else neutral. Now they're all neutral, 55. Right fielder iron, no. It's a fly out to right field. Murphy is there, he's not iron. That is out number two, and it's in purple, so we're going to the chemistry chart for the at-bat of Eric Davis. Last chance here on the chemistry chart. Harmonious Reds against neutral Braves. 1-4. Batting team dissonance, no. It's going to be a single. So Eric Davis keeps the game going with a base hit. Continues his hot ways. Single keeps the game going. And now it's up to Paul O'Neill. Paul O'Neill with a chance against Baber. 1-2-6 though. Is he fresh? Yes, he is. It's a line out to second, and there's your ball game. The Atlanta Braves best the Cincinnati Reds by the score of 4-3 as they salvage the final game of the three-game series. The Reds, with that loss, will now drop to 3-3. Atlanta improves to 3-3. Winning pitcher was Pete Smith. Well, let me put it in the computer to get official stats. So let's do that first of all, so I'm not misspeaking. Okay, so Pete Smith is the winner. Loser is Charlton. He's now 0-1. Also gets credit for a blown save. And Joe Baver gets the save. Totals for the Reds, 3 runs, 11 hits, and an error. For Atlanta, 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Cincinnati left on 11 runners. Atlanta left on 7. So the left on bases certainly came back to bite them, but it was a critical error in the 6th inning by Barry Larkin that opened the door for 2 unearned runs, and the Braves took advantage. So that's game 6 in the books for you right there. Next game in this replay, we will be in Riverfront Stadium for the home opener. It'll be the San Diego Padres paying a visit to Riverfront Stadium to take on the Reds. And that will be the next game in the replay. And the pitching matchup in that one is going to be Andy Benes against Tom Browning. That will be your pitching matchup in Cincinnati. So, Reds fall, lose the last game of the series. They do take 2 out of 3 from Atlanta, but they were hoping for the sweep. Just didn't quite get it, but that happens sometimes. So, hope you enjoyed that presentation of History Maker Baseball. Until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.